When you've got a problem
Don't make a big deal of it.
and you need a wise head,
I must speak.
there's only one man who can help.
Come on, you nitwit.
Welcome to Dear Brian.
That's what it is. All you have to do is email us, Dear Brian, at mmm.com.au with any life question you've got for our main man. And this one comes from Joel Danaher, Whitefish, Montana.
Of course it does.
So, international Dear Brian.
Of course it does.
It's a former old Carey boy. He
Dear
says, I now live over in the States, little town in the Rockies of Montana. Last Saturday morning, as I ran through the forest listening to the Saturday Rob podcast, I started thinking about bears.
Oh.
With the snow having melted, the bears are coming out of hibernation, are a little hungry. Being the rugged rural man that you are, Brian, I was hoping you could provide some useful advice on what to do if I run into a bear.
A big grizzly.
What do you think?
Oh.
I would very much appreciate your wise counsel. All the best, Joel Danaher, Whitefish, Montana.
What's his name?
Joel Danaher, Joel.
It depends how tough he is, because he could go barehanded and fight the bear.
Like Revenant, the movie.
Yeah, he could do that. He could attempt to fight it, or he could just shoot it.
Bristle.
Whichever he sees fit.
Which is
because
the
when you-
Brad Pitt movie. Brad Pitt. with the
Yeah,
big
Legends
carrot.
of the Fall,
Legends
where
of the
he got a
Falls.
little nick from one.
Well, over in Montana, you're allowed to carry any sort of weapon you want, so you can arm yourself Taliban style, and you can then rip one into him illegally over there, because they hunt for the
Legally,
meat.
yeah,
They
that's
do. There's a lot of them, and they
Yeah,
try
but you're
and get
talking
rid
about a gun that would not allow there to be any meat left on the
No,
body,
no,
aren't
but,
you? You're talking about
you
something
can't-
that's
It's
destroyed.
life or death, Damo, and if a bear comes, you've got to get rid of it. That's all I can say to the man over there. Get rid of the bear. You can't be
What
running.
about
Because they can
hang on,
run
I was
fast
gonna
and they
say,
can climb
that
trees.
was what I was going to say. So if you've got no weaponry,
Yeah.
and it just jumps out, what advice do you give? You don't run. What do you do?
That's the question Joel's asking you.
What do you do? Do you just stand still and make out you're a tree? Do you play dead? Do
You had
you-
a knife, you could knife it.
No, I said no weaponry.
No weaponry. You've got to stand still. Because if you run, the bear's going to chase you. It's a bit like other things in life. You've got to stand still, duck.
Yep.
And
just
you've got to take the bear on in a standoff.
standoff.
What's the most frightened you've been by way of an animal coming at you? Because I know you normally just kill them, but what has
No,
happened to
I'm
you
not.
in the past where a deer, has it got you, or is a kangaroo launched into you? Or?
No, the kangaroo tried to get the dog in the dam. And the kangaroos are well known at this. They go into about knee deep.
Right.
And then they tempt the dog to come in. And as soon as the dog comes in, they go stomp and they hold the dog under and they drown them.
Fair income.
And that's what they do. And that was happening with our dog. And so I was on the veranda. And to save the dog,
Of course.
the roo had to go. And from 250 metres,
Now he's a sniper.
That's it.
sniper style,
You sure? Are you sure the dog was anywhere near it? That's it? Are you sure the dog?
The dog
you even had
was-
a dog at the time?
the dog was entering the water down there.
Yeah.
And you can't have a dog going down like that. But
Wow.
no, it's a real
The
big
dog
bear
was
problem.
next to you, I reckon.
With a 40-knot wind blowing across you from 250 metres.
Stand still. Bears love to chase and run. They think you're a plaything. Just have a standoff, stare off sort
Stand
of
off,
thing,
stare off, yep.
Yeah, and
Well-
just don't blink.
There you go, Joel. Hopefully that's helped you in Whitefish, Montana. The other one we've got a bit closer to home. Dear Brian, I've been invited to a mate's house for a bring your best bottle of red night. Now, I'm not a big drinker myself, maybe one glass at most. So I want to know if I need to fork out the big bucks like the other boys and buy an A-grade bottle or not. What advice have you got for me, please, Bristle? Cheers, Mark of Bowen Heads.
No, well, I would think in that situation, there's two things. You can't go with a cheapie like a Penfolds 389 at, what is it, $60 a bottle, $70
No,
a
it's
bottle?
about $80
About
now.
80,
Yeah.
yeah.
Too cheap.
Oh!
Too cheap.
That's what Das brought.
Anything less 389 and below, forget it. You can't wander into
No
a...
Henschke?
Oh, Brian, it
hello, no
depends on
frown.
whose house you're going to
Oh.
as well. And last night it was Chris Judd's house.
Oh, was it?
So when you go to a house like that, which is probably worth $12 million in Brighton, you take the best of the best.
And who brought the worst of the worst?
That would have been Mark Howard from
Oh.
Triple M.
I'll
There was
let
a
it
bottle
win
of
over here.
$24 Jacobs
No,
Creek
no,
water.
no,
It wasn't
no,
a
no,
great
defend
bottle.
him there.
It wasn't a great bottle.
He did
It
very
was
well.
not. It was a nice bottle, but
It
it
was.
wasn't Grange, which I saw assembled there.
Yes, we had a
Brownie
couple
bought
of
a Grange.
bottles
Bloody
of
hell.
Grange. So I bought a bottle of Grange, which forced Juddy to bring
Crikey.
out the Grange, which is about 20 years older than mine, and it was certainly a good night
It's
into
nice,
the
wasn't
morning.
it, Brownie? Yeah.
Very, very good.
How do you reckon my
This is in the cave.
2005 St Henry stacked up amongst that?
That's wouldn't have gone well. I wouldn't have thought.
No, it went very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it did go well.
How many? I saw on Juddy's Instagram post that there were 6, I think, bottles assembled. How
Yes.
many of them were left at the end of the night?
Just Howie's. We didn't bother to open Howie's bottle
Well,
last
he
night.
had departed. Is this true?
Yes, he departed. He's not a lock-in sort of guy.
Howie.
He's a get-home guy, get-into-bed guy. He's not a lock-in.
Howies you could use to add to the Gravox when you're mixing up the Gravox. You just put a bit of red wine.
I
in there.
know the bottle Howie brought is actually a very, very nice
was,
bottle. A
actually.
Grant Burge, one of his special
Shadrach.
cab savs out of the Barossa Valley. Is he actually on the line, Howie? He's listening. We understand he's having a listen in, Howie. It's the early departing from the night that
Well, that's one
concerns me,
thing.
Bristol.
That and the bottle of wine is a no-go at Triple M, I would have thought. But the early departure is that's a crime. And we'll have to think up a penalty for Howie because we might have to make him stay longer at the footy.
That's it.